So it's on the agenda. You want to remove it from the agenda when the time comes? Okay.
But I think, yeah, we keep it on file. And
Yeah.
I decide if we want to do a group.
Mm-hmm.
I think a minimum, if you're gonna want to do that, I know you can't, but you kind of need to be here. Anyway, we can talk about that later. Let's go ahead and jump into the RFQ. Morning.
Good morning. We have just a little business work coming up. We have the requirements for qualifications for our Safe Streets for All grant. We were awarded a $240,000 grant a couple years ago, and we are now at the point of hiring a consultant firm to come in, and they'll spend the next year or so pouring over the safety of our roads and come back with recommendations where they think we should apply for funding. The most likely story from all our safety stuff that we've already done in the past, I'm assuming they're going to look at 2300 and Prayer Road at that intersection. And that has been in the past discussed to be widened out turn lanes for the semis and all that. And it rates very high in our original plan. And I think they'll fund the same thing. We'll still be determined up to them to give me the nod, and we'll send the letters out in the mail to, I believe, Cook Flash, Strobel, B&G Consultants, Swab, Eaton, Call Valley, and Kirk and Michael. And then we'll also put it on our website so any other firm that reads the website could actually see it and call in and ask for a form. So out of the 240,000, the only thing, once it gets there, we have a $12,000 commitment. That's our part.
That's what I wondered.
Yeah.
Our part was.
Okay.
So we'll have to, once it's awarded, and I'm sure they'll be asking for our check, 12,000 to put with their money to pay the consultant and so forth.
And you have a rating system already in place, and you visually look, plus we get feedback, but so how does this take us a step
It's
beyond?
supposed to be a step beyond. This is the new federal regulations. They didn't think the local road safety plan was stringent enough, I guess maybe the word, and they wanted to look deeper into the problems. Now, what the consultants, they are supposedly, once they get it, they'll come in, they'll visit with community members close by, they'll want input from not just facts that we had 10 wrecks out there. You know, what it might do for the economic value of it and the whole 9 yards. So, but the biggest thing about it is if we don't have it and we don't keep this, we can't use federal money. So you gotta follow their rules to be able to apply for that federal money. And basically this is the next step to be able to apply for federal funding. So
We would still have latitude though, so like if there was just a section that you thought you could handle yourself, or was it short enough bridge span, you could step in and.
I guess I wouldn't be able to answer that till I see what they come back with. You know, if they do come back with a plan that is just something only a contractor could do or whatever, because I can't believe if it's not a terrible project they want fixed, that we can't be the bidder of that project. So I would think the county would still have quite a bit of say. What was the date? February
So we're looking at February 26th
26th.
to review the qualifications and have the meeting with the consultants. And that would be in the afternoon.
So we would need
At least one commissioner.
to set on we'll sit down, we'll pick, Janelle and I'll pick probably the top 3 candidates out of the 5. And then they will come in and they'll give you their book and their story and tell you why they should be the company that we ought to hire. And we can look at all 5 or 6 of them too. It doesn't matter to me. I'm taking 15 minutes piece, 20. They'll put on each come in at a separate time. We'll have a rating system. It's in that. You gave them a copy of this.
Yeah.
In there, and everything's a point system, and we rate them all separately, and then we meet afterwards and hold them up and pick the one we think was the best.
So are all counties doing this, or we just want?
Not all.
Some that got selected?
There's still some that are just now trying to get signed up for the safety plan. And John Golf and I signed up.
Oh,
I can't remember
gosh.
the year and I have to tell you the truth, but over a decade.
Yes.
Yeah, we've been at this trying to, first it was a local road safety plan.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it was called, and you had to get that to get funding. And about the time we got it, and it was time to be able to ask for funding, they put on more requirements. Then they said we needed to do this Safe Streets for All program. So, I mean, we got it somehow, we got to keep at it because we want that federal money just as bad as anybody else.
Mhm.
Yeah. Which brought up, did you give them by chance a copy of this?
I did.
Yes. I mean, that tells a pretty good story. Yeah.
Okay.
To where we're headed with.
No, this is all counties.
That's all counties, yeah, not our county. I would venture to say we have it closer down.
Yes, yes.
Okay, we really do. I mean,
Based off what you,
but statewide, it's going like this, yes.
Mhm.
and we know that, cost.
Yeah, I mean, it's simple math. I mean, it is what it is, but it is a good,
We got kind of lucky last year though with some grants, right?
yes, and we,
Sales tax dollars.
it's sales tax dollars, which
And that's true. A lot of counties don't actually, we learned that. They don't have that set up that way.
never got them voted in, never have, and how many years we've been now with the sales tax?
This will be, well, we did it for the first 5 years and then now we have it for 10.
10,
So,
15 years.
so we're probably on our 6th or 7th year probably.
But I think the sales tax on for the other counties, if you get it in once, all you have to do to keep it is show them that you're spending their money wisely.
Right.
They can look out and see.
Safe roads is a good way to prove that.
Paved or whatever,
Yes.
or,
For safety, aging, edging, that
and
kind of.
widening the road. Now, change subjects again while I'm in here. 1400 Avenue, HRR project. From Jeep to Key Road, where we're gonna widen the road. The letters will go out this week to the landowners. Letting them know a surveyor is gonna show up and we're gonna set up meetings with them and start to approach to buy the right of way. Now, it's about 25 foot is what we're wanting on each side of that road. So there'll be some good negotiations out there. I've already recruited Janelle for one individual to come sit with me and the engineer will be visit with. And the rest of them I think will be fine, but just to make the road safer and get it 3 foot wider and get the ditches and the bridges, that's 50 foot of property we gotta buy.
Right.
And so in theory, it's kind of why you can look at the interstate or a major state road and the fences are way out there. You need that room and that, if you want to save streets for all, if that's what they want. That was what I was going to try to get to Mr. Hill about, is who do we work to get that HRR money up?
Yes.
Because it's only $5 million statewide.
And we just
So
got,
we go down for county government, if somebody
Right.
can, I went out there 3 times to catch him, but he's a busy man. Somebody else already had him. The thing is, they're asking us to do that to the roads, but it's very unaffordable
Right.
without help.
because 1.2 million is what we received for HRR and that's only 1 mile.
And,
So,
and we're getting a big chunk of their
Yes, we are.
In their
This project
mind,
could end up being-
Dickinson County gets a big percentage.
this project of what?
How far, how many miles is this project?
1 mile.
One
It is
mile.
just from
1
Jeep to
mile,
Key on
1 point.
1400 Avenue.
Yeah.
Because that's what we've determined is probably,
And it is Morris Mile, Kenny.
Yes.
I would tell you the next mile would be maybe more in the $500,000 range. This one happened to have 7 tubes or bridges or.
And in the bridge too, we got to
That,
replace
yeah,
the
they're-
bridge as
all
well.
that gets replaced.
We got
the curbs in it.
And yes, so
But
you're
still-
gonna get a brand new bridge and 7 new structures under there,
Mhm.
so. And widen it out, they'll get 3 foot of solid road 2 foot of dirt on each side and then your normal slope ditch, which is our problem out there. All our ditches are not shaped to the standards of today and they're straight down. And that's why we have, if they do get off the road, we have low.
And minimal shoulders.
There's minimal shoulder.
Well, the
And
bridge alone isn't safe.
I mean, I think the people will be super pleased when it's done. But the first thing they're gonna ask is, God, what about that mile right here? And again, we're not in the budget
No,
wise ever gonna be able to spend $1 million on 1 mile of road every year just to widen 1 mile.
we've been asking for the last 10, 15 years for this money
Yes,
and have always been turned down except for this year, so.
this year was
Or
first.
this last year, so, no.
I mean, honestly, at first we tried to get all the money. We asked for a 7-mile section, okay? Then we cut it down, asked for 3 miles, and we did that a couple times, the 3-mile section, because we thought we got close. And then it ended up, we cut it to 1 mile and they finally accepted it. So, but they're basically in a whole lot of difference in all them miles. Half of them have about the same rating of crashes and roll or off the road accidents. So they all need to be done. Tell the truck driver, stay on the road next time, but.
There you go, exactly. That's what you're supposed to do.
Thank you.
That's pretty much it for us. Yeah.
I don't think so. I mean, we'll find out.
We got a lot going on. Summer still looks good. Got 4 bridges of our own to build and 5 or 6 structures and half a dozen tubes we got lined out. Don't know if we'll get to all of them, but we're
That's what
trying
you're-
to work out. When I see you next time, I hope to have a better rein on the miles I'm going to pay and chip seal. There's a few things in play this year that are slowing it down. I'll have that when I give my report.
Look forward to it. Thank you, Martin.
Thank you. Yeah.
Next order of business, unless you want to do,
If you would like to, go ahead and hear from Sheldon. do you
yeah, we
think?
can hear from Sheldon. Really don't want to sit here forever.
I just brought 4 of these. I didn't know. Just some information. I was visiting with Ron.
Thank you.
And he just asked me if I'd come in and kind of give what's going on in enterprise. About 13 months ago, I started working with a gentleman that started a business in enterprise back in the 60s. He moved it to Tennessee with wanting to come back to Kansas. That's still not dead yet. It's on hold. But it started conversations in enterprise on economic development. Last April, Abilene Smoky Valley Railroad had a town hall meeting in Enterprise. They would like to put a terminal in Enterprise. There's no reason why, if there was something to do in Enterprise, why the train couldn't drop off some people on their morning run, let people spend a few hours in Enterprise and come back to Abilene in the afternoon train. So that's what the bulk of what I handed out to you is just information on the railroad, some things that they would like to do in Enterprise if we can raise the funds to do that. The railroad's pretty well tapped out, so they're kind of leaving it up to Enterprise. I went to the city council, asked if we could have an unofficial economic development group, which they approved us putting something together. I cannot make any decisions or anything like that, but I can do legwork, footwork, and things like that, some communicating. So that's all I'm basically doing on this. We've got some people interested in doing a bakery downtown, some other attractions. M2, with his property across the street from the bank, he would like to see that moving forward. We're trying to get that project going also. If you flip that binder back, flip it over. The other part of that I put on there, so just kind of a map of enterprise. Most of anybody in this room that's probably, I'm going to say 50 and over, are familiar with Enterprise Academy. The younger generation probably is not aware that there was a high school on the southwest corner of town. That campus has been closed since around 2020. There's been a lot of discussion on what could happen with that. So in that second part, it's just some lots and some development opportunities that may be able to happen if we can get the right partners, community partners going into community to build some houses. The current owners of that campus, the Academy campus, they've owned it now 10, 12 years. They are willing to see something else happen. They're at that stage in their life where they're probably never going to do anything with that. My dream has always been, we're busing our students to Salina Tech for vocational training. Why couldn't that happen in Dickinson County and Enterprise with our schools? Things like that. Conference center. In one of those pages I've got, because we had some other things there, square footage of some of the buildings and things like that. I would be more than happy to facilitate a tour of that campus. Natalie and I have had conversations about that. So between the EDC, the commissioners, the school boards and things like that, you know, why not take advantage of looking it over and start brainstorming? So that's things can happen in enterprise. Solomon has been a good, I think, educational place if people ever watch what has gone on in Solomon the last 20, 30 years. Growing up in this community, Solomon is not the community I grew up in. And I keep telling people, the enterprise people, you know, we could be a Solomon. So that's really all I have to say. Did I kind of answer your questions, Ron?
Yeah, I
don't have any questions. You guys got.
No, I'm very informational.
I included my card there.
Like the high school thing, that's
a good idea.
It is, again, this has been a dream of mine for 15 since it closed.
I think a lot of people in this county share a similar dream of bringing some sort of tech college here.
Yeah.
We got a lot of technical welding jobs.
And this isn't a discussion to really go here, but there are some big money people available that I think could help. Through the EDC, we can have these discussions at some
I think
point.
we should do that.
But feel free to ever reach out to me, call me, text me. My cell phone's on the card, email.
Well, if there's a way to, a welding program, for example, because anyone that has that type of training can get a job anywhere. And I mean, there's people all over, businesses all over this region that would welcome something like that.
What about a nursing program? You know, you think about job shortages, welding, a lot of those trades, and nursing. That was a Seventh-day Adventist owned campus, okay? At some point, there's still a lot of connections in there. If any of you ever came to my office and wanted to look at some stuff, I mean, I've got my enterprise EDC files on a computer there. But in my mind, a nursing program. And if those of you that watch NASCAR, various sports and things like that, you've probably heard of Advent Health. Huge sponsors, especially in the Florida area, professional sports, NASCAR, and things like that. They're spending millions of dollars in Kansas City on a sports complex. They own hospitals all over the United States. On their leadership team, there are about 6 or 7 people that I know for a fact that either they or their parents graduated from Enterprise Academy. Do you not think that we probably couldn't have enough influence with those people on the leadership team that we couldn't get a grant for a nursing program? They've done that in other colleges in the United States. So there's potential there. Just need to make the effort. So, you know, Thomas Edison, I've shared this with several people. Vision without execution is just an illusion. Yeah. And we have the vision, but we just need to execute something. So feel free to reach out to me anytime you want to about things. Natalie and I've had a great relationship with everybody there, but if you ever have any questions, stop by, Kenny.
That's where my brain goes, is EDC.
That's
trying to work with you more. And
yeah.
Community Foundation.
I was on the ground floor of that.
Okay.
Starting there. And I've never lost my passion. So now Jessica and Natalie have asked me, I do not want to get involved on
I was about to ask.
I don't want a commitment, but I'm there to support it.
Okay,
So,
well, we could work with that.
yeah, that's what.
This is great, Sheldon.
And who put this together?
I did. Well, the railroad stuff was their presentation, but I've had the PDF and Ross has told me share that with whoever. I have emailed that to people asking them for, just partnership.
Sure.
But, so that's the railroads.
And the council set up a committee, it sounds like, for EDC?
Yeah,
They put you as chair on that?
well, there's no position.
Or whatever, yeah.
Yeah,
Sure.
right.
Okay, good
So,
to know.
yeah.
Great to know. And you're working with Natalie already, obviously.
Yeah.
but That's the great place to start.
Yeah.
So, awesome.
So, all right, thank you guys. Thanks for inviting me.
Yeah, you're sure welcome.
Thank you, Sheldon. Great presentation. Thank you. Okay. The other one, this one, something I asked to put on the agenda today to at least talk about, which is a invocation policy, which is a policy to allow praying before our commission meetings. I guess I'll just open it up to the floor. My thought is that the House floor prays before session. Congress prays before session. Many county governments pray before session. I think the idea is it's indicative of our culture, our tradition here in America, Dickinson County. And I just feel like it would be appropriate in this meeting to have a blessing before we start our meetings. So this is coming from me and wondering how you guys feel about that.
You know, I worked with the Department of Defense for a good many years, and that was one thing that we did at most ceremonies. And the minister, whoever was reciting, would indicate that as we bow our head, let's pray in the faith of our belief that allows them us to navigate that you believe in our faith. We all have a faith, and let's bow our heads to that faith.
Absolutely.
And that opens it up to where our whole society is invited,
That's, honestly, that's the goal. There's no agenda here. I just think it's indicative of our traditions, our culture, our people. So if you guys are open to it, I'd like to present it today in the meeting and vote on it. The other side is I talked to Father Peter and asked him to reach out to the Ministerial Alliance to basically, same idea you're going for. What I wanted to invite anybody on that alliance, they can take turns each week, come in and pray if they choose to do that. But I figured the Ministerial Alliance could handle that between themselves, and if they're interested in doing it, they can. So.
How big is the Ministerial Alliance?
Yeah, I didn't ask them.
Because I know there's some, for whatever reasons, do not participate in it.
Yes, he kind of mentioned some have moved away. He goes, he thought there was a good enough number he could get the word out there. And he was going to kind of let me know how that went. To be honest with you, I don't know.
See, I grew up in the time in schools, we did that. And then all of a sudden it stopped. But my time, we had grace before lunch and school started.
Okay.
So I am.
That's really all there is to talk about. It's pretty straightforward. I'd like to have an invocation at the start of our meetings, and I think it would be very indicative of who we are.
So who presents it when they don't show up?
It's not a requirement.
Okay.
It's just it's an offer to anybody, any faith-based community that wants to come in and offer a blessing to this committee and to this meeting. Like I said, it's not a non-denominational thing. It's a.
No.
But that to answer your question.
So we may have it, we may not have it. They
May not, yeah, they may choose not to do it. I don't think that's what's going to happen, but I hope that's not what's going to happen. But yes, it's not going to be a required thing. And quite frankly, if
You could do a silent prayer.
You could.
Say, we're going to
Yep.
pause
Yep.
for prayers as you feel led.
I don't feel comfortable doing something like that. I would ask a minister or priest to do it. That's just me, but to be frank, anybody, if there wasn't a minister or priest present, anybody
I
want to
think-
do, you could.
I think that's probably one of the concerns is on the negative side. for example, at the State House, you know, they had a group that wanted to be down there, and it ended up TV cameras and all that sort of thing, because it basically was an anti-Christian satanic deal. So, you know, if someone comes in, do we have a problem? That's like, no, we're not going to let you. We probably wouldn't run into that. I mean, just from the standpoint where, you know, if it was the ministerial alliance.
Like I said, I plan on inviting the Ministerial Alliance to actually facilitate this. Was the plan.
And I'm sure there are some ministers that would probably show up on a regular basis.
I've talked to a few already. I in fact kind of know that is the case. I think just a few people I have talked about it. They thought this was an excellent thing. They thought it was, like I said, what I said earlier, indicative of who we are.
You said Barton County does that, is that?
Butler County.
Butler.
And Aaron has also reviewed the resolution to be safe as well. So he says it follows the applicable law, and he does note the concerns that you have brought up, so.
Yeah, that is a concern, but I think it's a risk I'm willing to take, I guess, personally, but
Now, if you open
I
up
don't know how many
to,
satanic
We
cults
kind of
we
know
got
the
in
county
Dickinson,
here,
but
so.
maybe we do.
do you have to open up to all? If you open up to
Well,
some?
I guess that's the
Yep,
part I
that's-
was bringing up, is if someone says they want to, what's your basis?
Well, to be frank, I'm going to say this: the chair, whoever the
Someone wanted to
chair
pray for the
is,
Raiders, you know, would we allow that?
well, the chair has the floor. So let's start with that. I'm the one who's going to call on who's going to pray. You know, that's how the meeting
Okay,
works. The
sure.
chair has the floor. You get to speak if I call on you.
Okay.
I'm not trying to be
No,
blunt,
I
but
think that-
And the policy is neutral and non-discriminatory as to the faith, so when it's voluntary for participation.
exactly non-discriminatory. And that's where I felt that was going to combat some of the concerns you're talking about.
See, I had a neighbor was asked the other day if he liked Buddha. And he said, Buddha? Yeah, I like Buddha. But I like Marvin better.
All right, thank you, Ron.
All right.
That worked. No, that was perfect. That's perfect.
There you go.
Any more, you guys want any more discussion? We're not in a meeting. We're just free to
And
talk here.
are they allowed to request people to stand up or bow heads in a public meeting?
We're going too far. It's a prayer, guys.
I just didn't know what.
It's a prayer. You get to exhibit your faith how you want to.
Yeah.
You don't need to do anything. It's just a policy to allow the chair to call on someone to offer a prayer for the meeting. It's
Well, and you know, I watched, like, example, a football game on TV, and when you go to K-State, they say remove your hat and join in the Pledge of Allegiance or whatever. And
Yeah.
there's sometimes people that do not participate,
Right.
but
not my
but
intention to
they're
run a
also,
mass here.
Yeah, I know. I'm just
Okay.
asking why we're in discussion.
I said it wasn't my intention to run a mass here. That's not what I'm trying to do. I just went off. No, it's not what we're doing. You can go to church for
We're
that.
not offering communion or offering, so.
But I get
Sign
your
up
point.
for the
It's no
flag.
different than the flag salute. You need to stand and do the flag salute. So respectfully, I think you need to do what you know is right. I'm not going to require you to do
but if someone
anything.
doesn't participate, even like on the flag salute, for example, I mean,
Yeah, but I'm not
that's their
going to,
choice. You know.
probably going to frown upon it quite a bit, but I'm not going to call security on you, I guess. I'm not going to do that. Or I don't think any of us will. So. But good questions. I understand what you're asking.
Yeah.
Okay, Marcia?
I had thought about, real quick, on the evaluation, and I never brought that the other week, and there were a couple of things that, while everything was good and well, I think there's a couple of things that I wanted to go a little bit further into. And I thought about asking for an executive session today, but what I would rather do, because I don't think it's pressing, but I think it'd be good to have the conversation with our attorney And I don't know that we necessarily want to request that he come, just for that. Because he's going to be here
On the second Thursday of every month.
second Thursday,
what
so
we've
I
asked
think it
for.
can wait. But I would kind of like to have something just,
I'm fine with scheduling. I mean, if you want to have an executive session
I think it needs.
next month on second, third, why don't we go ahead?
Because it's just a couple of things that I think we can utilize his expertise on it. And, so I don't think it's anything earth shaking. I mean, I think everything was positive on our discussion, but maybe never got into a few specifics just by the way we did that part. So
No, I'm, Ron, I mean, I'm fine with, if you want to get, I don't think that harms anything to talk a little bit more.
no. So if you could check with Aaron, just to make sure he's available, and if he doesn't have the extra time, if there's another time, he'd rather come, but.
He told me that he put it on his calendar to be here the second Thursday because that's when our department manager and elected official meetings are, and that was our request.
But we would be paying for the extra time too, so I don't, rather than have something extra on there, I think if we just do it with the regular schedule, it'd probably be helpful, so.
Okay. I would say let's go ahead and schedule that and let Aaron know. Marcia, would you like to come up? Good morning.
Good morning. Marcia Schneider, Human Resources Director. I'm going to just go over some of this, the totals from 2025. We had 11 workman's comp claims last year. Most of them were they were all pretty minor, so that was a good thing. We had 6 unemployment claims come through, 5 that were chargeable, 1 that was not. We had 35 terminations and 28 new hires. And we also hired 7 PRNs, either in dispatch or in EMS. And so that put our turnover rate for 25 at 25.13%. The biggest department with the turnover was dispatch. That is now being turned around because of Amber being hired. And we've also implemented some a questionnaire or a test that they do before we even interview them. So that has weeded out a lot of, I'm going to say, bad applicants that don't really want to be in the dispatch department. So that has helped a lot. And the other big department is the jail. Some of the termination reasons, we've discharged 5 people, 4 retired. Most took another job. Some moved away or went back to school. We had 5 no notices that they just quit on us. So it was pretty busy, but kind of a typical year for us anymore, it seems like. We also had 11 transfers or promotions. So either people, most of them were in EMS getting a certification, or we had a couple that changed departments. And then I also navigated and helped with 7 FMLA leads last year as well. Other things I'm working on, the W-2 should go out next week for everybody. And I'm working on the annual K-Work audit that I have to do. They audit our payroll from 25, and I have to send them a bunch of reports. And most of the time we get a credit, a refund. So I'm looking to in this year. So currently we still have 3 open positions in dispatch. In the jail, the 3 open positions are being filled. 1 started yesterday, 1 is starting on Tuesday, and the 3rd one is starting the first week of February. So that's good. At the end of the month, we're going to have 1 in Road and Bridge, but we just got 2 applications for that, which is very good. And we're also looking for an assistant county attorney, and another application came in today. So that gives us 2 applications for that position, which is very exciting because there was a time where we would go months and months and months and not even have an application for that. So hopefully they're viable candidates for Brock and we can move forward with one of them. So that's pretty much my update, unless you have any questions for me.
So when some of these people have left in departments, does that elected official or that department head do an exit type interview, or do you do a follow-up just to kind of,
Yes,
hey, tell us a little bit about?
some of them put it in their resignation letter. I do send out an exit interview form to them. Some return it, some do not. It's not very well anticipated. Some of them, the managers, I don't think typically sit down and do an exit interview at that moment when they resign. Maybe that's something we can look into to get better participation, but that's a voluntary thing. We can't really make them do that. But some of them, and at times, I think, depending on their mindset, I don't think you get true information, because if they're upset about something, they're going to focus on the negative on that interview. So it's something that we can explore.
And there are some that
Yeah.
I'm sure they want to get back to family,
Yeah.
or the spouse, or someone has another opportunity.
Yeah.
So it's just.
Some left to go to, then go to college, that sort of thing too. So,
But if it is a tool that can be helpful to, address any situation and such, I mean, it might
yes, hopefully if
Yes.
someone's unhappy, we're aware of it before they even
usually.
want it, so we can address it beforehand. But sometimes things are out of our control and we can't do it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Let's get more questions.
No, I mean,
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Wow.
Yeah.
Anything else, or you guys want to take a pretty long break?
Well, do you want to maybe talk a little bit about like the letter that you received, letter of support request, but if there are others coming in for the 250th, and I do have another question for you. So mine is going to be very short. I need to RSVP for local government day on the 28th. So that's a Wednesday. You want to go? Ron has only told me that he's not able to attend, so.
And I will go.
You will go? Okay. They just need to have a kind of it's the 28th, it's a Wednesday. And then I would set up an appointment with Scott, and Lewis also said that if we'd like to visit with him, we could set up an appointment as well. I know Jennifer is interested as in attending, so yeah, that's Topeka.
I would say tentative.
Okay.
No, that's not the one where we.
If I might have to.
So what's the one when we set up inside the Capitol?
That is March the 3rd. Yes, and I have handouts, or, well, we'll put together a did you know flyer or something along those lines, and then I have a goodie. It's a water bottle with the county logo on it, water bottle holder with the county logo on it that I've ordered, so we can give those out as well, because that seems to go over quite well.
Well, people come in if they have a chance to see something.
So it doesn't start until 1 at the KAC building, and then that'll go till about 4. And then I believe we'll go over to the Beacon and meet jointly with the League of Kansas Municipalities and the legislators that they've invited in, and there'll be a reception afterwards. So it'll probably be done 7 or so, but we could go up in the morning. If Scott is available, we'll try to set up an appointment with him. If Lewis is available, and same way with Greg, we'll set up time to meet with them. So I'll reach out to them and let them, or see what kind of time frame they might have, so.
So I don't know, on the 250th, that we necessarily have to be the lead, but I think we need to be a participant.
Mhm.
And what I would like to see us do, if the others are in agreement, is reach out to the cities and see if they have some sort of a planned event, or if they want to try to coordinate something. And, it could be that they could do proclamations. We could do a proclamation. Maybe we could visit with, I was thinking like Elizabeth Weiss, with the Community Foundation, Natalie, with EDC or whatever, and just see if they want to put a group together. And then if there is some special event that's planned, whether it's 4th of July, when they have things going on, if it's when the fair takes place, is there, is there something where we can kind of tag instead of a lot of piecemeal things happening throughout the year? And, maybe just coordinate something and maybe there's people already way ahead of this. I mean, maybe this is going to be part of what the parade is or something. I mean, but I think we need to be in that conversation and, at some point people are going to say, well, an event's going to take a little bit of money or something like that. And so, depending on how it's developed, how do we participate in a meaningful way? I don't, Ron, you're good at stuff like this.
No one knows.
And Kenny, no, I'm seriously, I mean, but I mean, do you have an idea, a little bit of?
Yeah,
I'm not saying we need to necessarily be the lead and it's going to be our deal, but I think we need to, be at the table for some of the planning and actual, if there is a special event. And, maybe the Eisenhower would let us do something down there. I mean, they have all that outdoor space. And
one of the thoughts we
have Lawrence Welk come in.
One of the thoughts, I guess, Janelle and I tossed around a little bit was putting on a little bit more of a show at the parade, getting some more equipment out, maybe getting a banner, and just at the parade, basically putting on a little bit more of a show. But I'm with you. I felt like we needed to do something, but I don't want to burden us either. We can't go spend $100,000 trying to throw a celebration, but.
And I don't know that we necessarily have to be the lead. I just think I think we need though to be part of the lead group. And there's perhaps someone in the community to agree with that. And find out who wants to participate. I mean,
I was hoping
everyone's busy with things, and but
where do you think, Ron?
Well, I think you guys are on the right track.
we could talk to Julie perhaps.
But yeah, no, I know they're talking about it. I know the Republican women have been talking a little bit about it. I was told anyway from our Republican meeting.
Well, I think it's on the agenda. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, I can certainly reach out to those groups, both of the fairs too, and start looking at a banner. And I'll talk with our managers about participating in the parade, what that could look like. When they do that, I'll find out when that's going to be. And we've already done the proclamation, so that part is done. But I don't know if the cities have done theirs. But that's certainly we can ask, definitely.
But I think as a unified effort, they can draw us together, but also it gets people involved and then, make it significant where it stands out, where it just doesn't just blend in with everything else.
I told you guys last meeting, I'm all about it. 4th of July is my favorite holiday. So if we throw a big party, I'd be down for it. So can somebody organize a big festival or something? Shoot a bunch of fireworks and.
Well, they have the fireworks here already.
I know, I was hoping someone would come up with, I was praying someone would come up with a celebration on July 4th, but.
Yeah. Well, and I can find out when.
Scheduled harvest to be done.
Yeah, we gotta have the wheat done. We gotta get it done this year.
So the 4th is on Saturday, so we'll coordinate what that looks like too, so.
But no, to answer your question, we started talking about it a little bit.
A little bit.
I'm with you. I figured there was something we need to help it in some way.
Well, and maybe we should just have some sort of a meeting down here and invite people and kind of, from the cities and
Right.
fair board and so on, and kind of say, what can we do? Because I mean, it's a big deal. Yeah.
All right, try to maybe reach out to Elizabeth and Natalie and maybe even Julie. I think Julie would be part of that too, in the cities, but.
Well, and if we could draw Eisenhower into it,
That would be pretty cool.
they could have
not starting, no, they didn't get all the money yet. Are they starting construction? Aren't they? Did that raise the money yet? Their expansion,
Don't know.
what they're doing there?
Good.
If they raise.
Yeah, I don't know if they did. Do you know?
I think it's supposed to start this year.
Well,
I
obviously.
think it's this year.
I don't remember, I just.
You saw something on that?
Well, maybe.
I thought it was gonna be shut down, is what I'm saying,
Uh-huh.
for a little bit.
Right.
Oh, is it? I don't know.
Probably about have to be.
I don't know. Question I have, you
I
know?
mean, I see that ad on the TV for it.
Right.
And, you know, at the same time, if some of the cities have their own planned events because they have something going on, you know, at different times, I mean,
Right.
it's, you know, that's okay too. But I mean, it's just if we can get a group really going and
And push it out on our websites or Facebook page
Yeah.
or whatnot, so, yeah.
And, you know, you run the ideas, the flag up the pole, and if nobody takes notice and doesn't want to participate, then, you know, we put the opportunity out there, and if others, you know, want to grab onto it.
We can go get a banner, Lynn. You and I can just go to all the parades, you, I, and Ron, and we'll carry that banner. What about that?
Oh,
Have you walked the parade very few times?
I did this last year.
we might be
I
able
was a
to,
little hot.
well, I don't know, we could have the loader go down with it and having off the front.
there you go.
Track.
Well, the chair in there.
But, you know, like even on 9/11, when the fire trucks are out there and they've got the flag up.
Yes.
I mean, you know, I think if there's something we could build up a day or a week to emphasize it, even though it's for the whole year. And
Something I thought about with this, it may seem trivial, but you know, little kids are gonna remember this
Right.
too, you know? So we should, as a community, try to do something.
Mhm.
It's a good moment in history.
Mhm.
250 years.
Well, that happened.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
Well, we could.
A lot of history.
Gotta get those
50 years.
steers in here again, the longhorns. Well, not
There
the
you go.
correct word for steer, but longhorns.
Yeah. Steers a bull.
Oh, it's
Okay,
Not a
see
bull.
what I'm saying?
Proclamation to the schools though, and try to tie in with their, of course, that'd have to be during the school year.
Well, I think we put it out. I know I can bring it to the EDC, and then Elizabeth sits on that board as well, so I can at the same time.
Okay.
And Carrie's on there, so.
And my guess is people are already, you know, working,
Right.
penciling out a few ideas and getting some plans, but.
Right.
You know, if we can help them with their momentum.
Absolutely. No, I think it's something.
I can send out an email to those parties and all the city clerks and see about arranging a time to meet and see what kind of plans or what people are thinking about and just start down that road. That's no problem. And then I'll include the fair boards as well.
Perfect.
Be kind of interesting if you could continue it too, because, you know, it's nothing bad to do, you know. I think the community would like it if it was possible, not just for this year.
Mhm.
Well, it's good to have celebrations. There's enough
Mhm.
bad news and
Right.
turmoil throughout the world and on the news.
Mhm.
It could bring people here to visit if we're doing something like that. So,
Yeah. Let's see what plays out. We're still in January.
Right.
We got 6 months.
We'll
back
get
to the
something.
Eisenhower Center, it says breaking ground May 26th.
Maybe that's, yeah, I knew they were working this year. And I think it's gonna be shut down if I'm not,
Oh, is it?
or to a limited capacity. I don't quote me here. I don't know what I'm talking about.
But we can certainly find that out when we have set up the meeting. Yeah. I
I'll
don't,
propose we take a short break.
no, I don't have anything unless you have something
I
that
do
we
not.
can discuss.
So we will resume our regular meeting at 11 a.m. and take a break here for 42 minutes.
I thought Martin would be a little
We've
longer.
only had about 2 or 3 of these days, I feel like, where we did
Yeah.
the whole stuff.
Yeah.
Meeting 11:30, gotta be out here by. We gotta be quick today.
Oh, my.
Yeah.
You
You know, it's.
I was sitting, they go 11:30, I'm like, oh, you're really pushing it. It's in town, so.
Man, it's something to go off with that enterprise thing though, because I always thought they were losing out having that train go there for, that they only have, but it was the mill there.
Every once in a while, they've had a special event where someone set up some tables and, you know, sell some baked goods and a few things like that.
Well, they had the train actually when Sherry Weber was on that board thing, that they'd actually bring that bus train to Woodbine.
Mhm.
We'd eat at the restaurant and go around a little bit and go back.
Oh, really? What?
Well, yeah, complete Woodbine.
And there was a push several years ago when the property owners, it's probably longer ago than I thought, property owners acquired the Enterprise Academy to do something out there. Was that they were gonna build apartment or renovate for apartments in that, you know, but that never fortunately materialized. And then they're also looking at the Carrie Nation side of it as well, you know, because she was there for, I don't know, how
Some, maybe you don't know about this. Didn't they have some section 15 housing that got closed down too in Enterprise?
don't know that for sure. That is a possibility because they do have.
This was apartments. If you're going
Yep.
south,
Yep.
the main street, right on the right
Mhm.
or on the west side.
Right by close to the school.
Yeah, I think it's
Yep.
green or used to be green.
Mhm.
I noticed those got kind of shut down. What's going on, man? I don't know. Are you?
I think that needs to go
Yeah,
upstairs
you
to
need to-
court.
This is the county commission meeting. Go outside and go. You got them? There you go. I wouldn't be able to help you. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, I was wondering when that was gonna happen. That's for sunset.
I know.
I'm sure it's happened before.
It is not a lot, but because sometimes the security tries to get them, but. I guess.
What's bad is when you sit in the dentist's office, you're sitting there and they're not calling your name. You think, oh man, what's wrong with you folks? Pretty soon mid-afternoon, they go, oh, wait, what are you doing here? You're the wrong day. You're the wrong day.
Pull your joke book up today or what? Crack.
World isn't swinging on me today. I tell you what, that's bad. I couldn't walk. Couldn't do anything.
When you got sick?
Pardon me?
When you got sick?
Yeah. Oh,
I had the flu like a kid. Then I remember trying to get out of my bed and just falling down.
imagine being at the Worlds of Fun.
Wow.
Yeah, the only time I've ever been that sick before my life.
Worlds of Fun, the worst ride you could take and multiply 1,000 times. That's how you feel.
You know, when you get that sick, you go, man, I've never really been sick.
That's right.
That's sick.
That is sick.
Sicker, and they're
You're just
saying as
dying.
sick as a dog.
Yeah.
You ever seen a dog get sick?
But when the that's the
I don't look for it, I could tell you that.
oh no, that's bad. There must be a number of strands going around evidently, because I got the flu shot.
Yeah, there's some flu strain going around. Yeah, I think that's what they're saying.
Yeah.
Reading that we had the highest number of bird flu cases, 400,000 in Kansas.
400,000?
Oh, I got.
We only have 1 million people.
Bird flu.
Oh,
Bird flu.
Mostly in
I'm like, dude, what?
Potawatomi County.
Populations.
Oh, that was crazy. They had all of them, but Kansas was the highest.
Yeah, it was the highest.
Wonder why.
I don't know.
That's serious stuff.
I bet the livestock can.
It could be.
Must be, I don't know. I don't know nothing about it.
I'll cattle went down.
Day. The grains that hit you earlier in the week.
Seemed like they were gaining a little bit, but not much.
They're gonna start knocking and watch.
I know.
This would be the cycle we're out in maybe 10 years and drought. Probably. Hope not.
Well,
For the
that
consumer,
cattle coming in is obviously driving the price down.
the numbers are low.
Well, we sold them all.
That's right. So it's gonna take a time to get them built back up again.
Well, why would the price be going up? Because we're importing.
Import from Argentina. No kidding. Yeah.
Which I understand why he did that. But man, that was a kick in the knockers to the cattle ranchers. Like, I get it, but, and I think most ranchers probably understand it too, but still.
There's parity on our products, and that's the thing we want to be careful. People need where the grains are their stock. Well, they're not gonna be there. It's not gonna be,
We run a free market capitalist society.
Yeah.
Right.
So I'd much rather be buying cattle and grain from our own producers. So we union. You know, you know what you get.
Baffles me that we buy food.
So that's way over my understanding. I know that.
We have the greatest per acre yield in the world.
What you said in here, because I'm deaf, I want to remember.
We have the greatest per acre yield.
Oh, do we?
Crop, oh, by a long shot.
Oh, man, teach them how to do that too.
We developed the combine, we developed the tractor.
Really? I didn't know all that stuff.
Mine's learning was developed by America.
Oh, I thought you meant Kansas in general.
No, well, Kansas was big.
Yeah.
They were, Master Ferguson came out of here.
Who? Oh, Master Ferguson.
You know, you had Atco, you have Massey, you had Gleaner, you had Alstromers, you had Minneapolis Moline, all white.
Land Pride.
Jam Pride. And there's a lot of,
Yeah.
I mean, Kansas, Heston, worldly famous, that's out of Kansas. That's in Kansas.
Yeah.
Crazy, but that's good.
Yeah, good manufacturing. Yeah, how come?
She took us out to eat afterwards. And so he had met a senator, and then we went to the ceremony, and Governor Kelly was there. She came over, and I stood up and shook her hand. And he sat there and shook his hand, and I said, no, I'm sure it's actually for an adult, but this is the.
Take my dog to the vet this afternoon after this meeting.
Do you? Is he all right? Or is he
You
sick?
could tell she approved.
No,
He didn't go.
look at him, he looks cross-eyed too.
He responded.
You notice if you see him every day, you know, they look a little different.
No, he had some skin issues and they've been treating him. And the horse.
It's like I'm out of school. And he just walked over.
Oh.
Some of the medicines,
He's like, well,
hundreds of dollars a week.
7 hours. It's like,
Yeah.
she's at the state capitol.
Telling Jennifer, having trouble with my dog, I better run him to the vet this afternoon. He looks cross-eyed. Yeah. He's a lab, and you don't want that kind of stuff because you know you're out or something. Heck, you see more than is there.
I know. Thinking you got two birds.
You know he is.
Everyone's at Tombstone.
Yeah.
Tombstone, Doc Holiday comes out.
Oh, yeah.
Shoot me, you so drunk, you can't do it. He goes, that's why I got 2 guns. One for both of you.
It's funny.
I love Tombstone.
Did you ever watch that Sheik and Chan? Those two guys, couple dopers. I just had to come up.
Tom.
Yeah.
Cheech and Chong, oh yeah, I watch Cheech and Chong, oh
I
yeah.
never laughed so damn hard in my life, but I did.
Oh, it's so stupid.
It's so stupid. Oh, he goes, how we driving? He's, oh, just a second.
In the park.
Yeah, we're parked.
Give me your license registration. Is it on the back?
They're swapping, you know, what they're smoking. What is that? Well, it's part lab. It's dog stuff, you know. Dog shit. Oh, but yeah, humor is funny because nowadays things are so crazy, you know, you have to have a little bit of
You gotta
stupid
laugh.
stuff. You gotta laugh about it.
I've been getting into, I picked up my dad's habits of TV shows, so I pretty much stick on the Western Channel.
Yeah.
And I know I'm not old guys, but like every year I'm like, I'm gonna go watch Gunsmoke.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what I'm watching today.
Yeah, I hear you. They were good, clean shows.
What's the new one of those? I don't like those. You like Gunsmoke? You ever watch
I haven't
Gunsmoke?
seen it.
What?
Yeah.
It's an old Western, isn't it?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
like,
Oh.
I my grandma and grandpa watched it.
Yeah. We didn't get that many channels.
Dad?
Yeah.
Your dad's era.
My dad was born in 48.
He was 48?
Born in 48.
Oh, okay.
I don't know when it came out. Do you know?
50s to, it was a long time. It came out, it was like a 15-year show or 20-year show.
Oh, it's not a
So-
movie, it's a series.
It's a series.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and then like, it's like that, it's Little House on the Prairie time period, all those.
Now, I watched Little House on the Prairie when I was younger,
Or,
but not all of them, but here and
Yeah.
there.
Little House on the Prairie is a little more kid friendly than Gunsmoke.
Okay.
Gunsmoke got a lot of cussing, shooting, drinking, women, and it's a little western. It's saloons.
mine's Andy Griffith Show. I love the
I like that one too.
So dang funny. I can't. Yeah,
I haven't watched that one for a while.
but well, at our time though, we had a crescent wrench on an antenna pole, and we would turn a little bit. We get two channels.
Yeah.
That's what we used to have. Now we had those sophisticated big dishes out there in our yard, and then we had little dishes. Then now we have signals coming in. Television's
So the
changed.
big dish we installed when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, the big one, yeah, and we poured the concrete, we did it ourselves, because you didn't want to spend the money or somebody else on it. And then I don't remember how he got the dish, we traded it for some tractor parts or something.
Oh,
I
man.
remember it was such a
Yeah.
weird deal.
Yeah.
We're gonna trade him some concave and go get us a.
Get a good dish.
It still has the antenna that you turn for a tie channel.
Yeah.
You have to put a bar in it.
Yeah.
Someone has to be in the house hollering, right there, stop.
And, yeah. My folks spent a tour in Europe, so the language is European. So when you watch Gunsmoke, anything, it's their language. And that was really something to really get used to trying to figure out. I made the best grades in school you could ever imagine. I hated to listen to that stuff because you couldn't, you couldn't understand what they were saying. And their voices were not the octave that they were in real life. So, like Gunsmoke might be a high octave voice for Matt Dillon.
Yeah.
He didn't have a high octave. That kind of, so it did kind of, yeah.
There are so many classic lines that you probably don't even realize are lines that come from Gunsmoke.
Oh,
Like the car for the car.
Okay.
that's why my daughter said one day, she said, Dad, where, you see, it's raining cats and dogs. That don't make no sense. I said, yeah, it does. Because I said in the colonial times, they put straw and stuff up in the loft. And the cats and dogs would go up there and lay in there when it was raining. Well, when that straw got wet, sometimes they'd fall through that straw.
Oh, okay.
And that's when it was raining hard. They said it's raining cats and dogs. And that's where that saying came from.
Oh, man.
Colonial,
I did not know that.
colonial times.
Oh, I
Or
did not know
I'm
that.
gonna buy your equipment, lock, stock, and barrel.
Yeah.
And that really meant lock, stock, and barrel from the colonial times and stuff. And the word SHIT that we use,
Was the ship stuff.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
ship high in transit because of the methane. It would blow up on those ships if somebody lit it, the kerosene. Yeah, so, yeah. it was-
I learned that, I did learn that in high school.
So many of the sayings is from the colonial, that we even use today has come from the colonial time.
Our history teacher says, "Doug, you want to know where all these cuss words come from? I'm going to explain it to you. This is why you have them." Yeah, she explained it all.
Yeah,
This is why you say the F word. This is why you say that. This is where it actually comes from. You need to understand. This is what it's really. There's a real reason behind it. Then we put a pretty negative connotation on it. Made it a curse word.
Our producers out there will say, they don't have a pot to pee in.
Yeah, where's that from?
Colonial times, didn't have bathrooms in those times, so they would take a potty into the house when it was cold and stuff, and that's what they used the restroom. And that's what it meant, they were poor
Some people were so poor that.
That's what, so when they see you hear that saying, it's came from that time, like we said.
People don't understand.
Yeah.
How hard life was. in
Oh,
America. Like 150 years ago, America was not that
Oh,
slim.
well, Dickinson County, I was telling Jennifer, she lives in Detroit, but Detroit and Abilene, they talked about those first settlers that moved in those areas. It was hard. These people, they didn't leave their families at home by themselves because the Indians would take care of them.
Mhm.
I mean, kill them. And we were surrounded in all corners of this county, but settlers moved in on the creeks. That's how we started settling this area here, was along the creeks. Mud Creek. Lions Creek.
People came out of one.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
Bill,
During
Wyatt, I mean, we had some pretty famous gunslingers come out here.
a lot of people, yeah. So it was,
Whiter, here's one of Whiter sayings. I think it was an Abilene when he said this. Said the only murder in this town is me.
yeah,
That's what he said. I think that's a quote.
no kidding.
It's something like that. Like the only killer in this town's me.
Stop that gun
But
smoke.
that's how hard they had to be. These people were hard.
It's work hard.
Is the gun smoke too or no? something.
No, that's Tombstone. If you want to watch a
I watched
classic,
Tombstone.
yeah, Tombstone, if you gotta watch Tombstone.
And
Or,
Anybody would never, yeah.
yeah. Or if you want a much modern one, what's it,
Yellowstone.
Oh, well, I'll tell you what, you can do language there.
Yeah.
Boys get carried away.
and
Tombstone is the country boy alma mater.
yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
I remember growing up, yeah.
But we talked about water, we was talking about water earlier, a little bit off subject, but the farms. I used to drink the water out of their cistern. That water came off the asphalt shingles on their roof.
Oh, gosh.
That crap's asbestos. And this, our forefathers stuff, pumping that little pump thing outside with all those little cups on it that brought water out. I was drinking that stuff. Well, that was off the roof of the house. That's crazy. But see, we didn't have instruments like we have today that check water, for example, parts per billion, parts per million, all that. We just, if we could see it, it was good. If not, it was okay. You know what I'm saying?
But that's also why they mixed liquor with stuff back then.
Yeah, they did. They sure did.
So you drank alcohol, not because you wanted to be drunk, because that's how you sterilize the water.
Wow, I didn't know
Oh,
So wine,
that. They're teaching me a lot.
so wine, everyone thinks they were drinking like straight down. They were drinking the very diluted wine, all that. So that water. You ever looked up how beer changed history?
Oh, I didn't actually.
There's a show. Really? Yeah, it's really interesting.
Yeah, and
All the things we're talking about kind of came about fermentation of alcohol. That like was one of big pivotal change for humans, and caffeine was the second. Wow, big one, because that allowed us to work longer.
I'll be darned.
And I would say modern society.
And of course, there's no windows to look.
Some of that coffee where they chew it up and spit it out.
Was that the bad thing?
Yeah, I haven't heard.
I don't know if I handle that.
Fancy for me.
With all the patience they
They
have.
have all that fancy, you guys know more than I do, than they, my children know that stuff. They had to go get something I call hoka chukka mocha woka. That's not what it was. It's the only way I can pronounce it. Wow, chocolate, coffee, and what do you call it, whipped cream? Holy cow.
Oh, you're talking about the coffee drink.
Coffee drinks, yeah.
Marla mentioned that on the group, when we reach out to people, the Historical Society,
Yeah,
Oh,
we
yeah,
ought to put them on our list of,
not a bad suggestion.
yeah.
I mean, I think whether it's us or
They probably have
someone,
costumes they can walk through.
they need to kind of have a planning meeting and get people to show up and kind of say, okay, where do you think you'd fit in on this, or what level of participation? And
Plus our Great Plains Theater has a lot of costumes if you need some. Might want to reach out to them if they're wanting a parade.
I think what we're saying is we want to, but I think this is what you're saying, we want to tell the public, hey, if you guys are doing something, let's talk about it. Where
Oh, yeah.
can we all work together to figure out?
yeah, let us know.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't care who gets the credit or whose deal it is, but if we can piggyback and
Work as a team.
To be honest, I
work as a
don't,
team.
me and Janelle talked about it, I was like, I don't want to run it. I think but if we could help people get something going,
Mhm.
We need to
Well,
police the
we-
street, build roads,
Oh, yeah,
and
I know.
send out
I get
notices
it.
and get your registrations.
if we help pay for a banner or handouts.
That's what I thought.
Or get the right people together at least.
And the banner could get moved to more than one community. Or,
I think it's interesting.
I had really never thought about this going into it, but the River Festival in Salina started out as the bicentennial event.
Oh, yeah.
And it was on Santa Fe. And it was such a huge success. People enjoyed everybody getting out, special entertainment and all this stuff coming in, that they decided, we probably should have a button and get reimbursed to offset charges. And so that's why they moved it over to Oakdale Park, is because the river surrounded it. And so then you had entry levels. But anyway, that's where that actually started out. And then it's kept in place every year from then on.
Makes
And
sense.
not that we, are trying to replicate that either, but I mean.
No, I had a similar idea. You know, my brain, like perfect world, what I was hoping would happen is they'd throw something similar to the Oktoberfest or something like that.
Oh,
But I was like, that takes,
A lot of
somebody
planning.
gotta run it.
Yeah.
They still do their Oktoberfest and have.
that was what I was kind of looking at, but.
But it'd be great to have where some of the kids,
Yeah.
people go back and say, man, remember that 250 and this is
Yeah,
what we did.
that's cool.
Now I'm going far. Now we need to go get some reenactors, reenact the revolution too.
That's right.
Have them in the streets.
Okay,
They'll get the kids going.
yeah.
I went to a reenactors
I didn't think
battle.
about that. We gotta sell to the kids. That's how we keep this thing going, man.
Yeah, I went to a reenactors battle that they had back in Wheaton, Illinois. And it was at the Big Red One, so the Division Museum
Yeah.
back there. And I mean,
Good idea.
they had them loading up.
I do too. I just don't want to, I don't think we.
Oh, yeah, falling down.
Oh, yeah, that definitely, but yeah, oh, no.
Marcus,
Oh, yeah.
you,
me,
me, who's gonna?
I'll be in the middle of elections.
Yeah. That's the other thing. I mean, midterms.
It'll be a week, probably 2 weeks before elections start. Early voting.
Well, this would favor you. We could have an Abraham Lincoln,
Re-election this year, right?
Yeah.
we could have an Abraham Lincoln lookalike contest. We're gonna have to.
I can't do it quite that good.
Well, we'd have to stretch you out. It's just that.
Yeah, I'm not near as tall.
Sheldon.
Shelton,
Yeah, I was gonna say, you can handle it perfect.
He's tall enough. He did good though, did he come in, just talk to us?
I thought it was
I think it's
great.
better than
I
talking
was-
to me or anything like that, so.
I thought it was impressive.
Well, and that he put, I wondered who put that together. And I mean, even if he was borrowing most of their material.
I mean,
To print it
takes a lot of
out.
time.
Awareness, situation awareness.
he's motivated.
Yeah, that's
I thought you were saying
He's
he
always
wanted to
pretty
be on
fired up.
board,
Yeah.
but he kind of denied that before I could even ask it.
Yeah.
Is that what the EDC does, looks for people for stuff like that?
I
Or
mean,
not
he
really?
would be a good candidate, you know, our goal is to get kind of one person from each city. You know, and it doesn't have to be a government employee.
No.
It's whoever's like him. He's taking the lead. He goes, I'm not in charge, but I'm kind of, that's how I took it. Yeah, those are the people I'd love to have on board.
No, I mean, is that what EDC does in Dickinson County? Like
Economic development wise, yeah.
when they see things like that could be turned into something, they help find people for them, or not really?
Or help them, or help them get finances, help them with developers, help them with, you know, whatever
Maybe
project they're
Cole
working
Hawk
on.
knows some investors. He's got his thing going. Maybe he knows where to look at.
Yep. Honestly, I knew they already talked. She was really excited about Sheldon. So,
She's good. I always thought that was a missed opportunity. When that train goes in there every day, but they don't have time to stop and invest in that little
Why though, they need
community.
to, they gotta put something in there though.
Yeah,
You can't drop them off and have nothing to show. them.
that's what I'm saying.
No.
Yeah.
They're not gonna walk around the town for 2 hours.
Yeah, that's not it.
It's not like they were gonna try to do that, so.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I think it's a good deal.
Honestly, I thought, I shouldn't say this, but I thought Ed was pretty involved over there too. Dixie County Bank
Oh,
and helping Enterprise try to develop but I don't know. Enterprise is technically Falls District.
oh, okay.
So,
Get on
Try
top
to-
of that, Ron.
what the hell, all I'm saying is I try to stay in my district. I try not to cross.
I don't even look at that stuff, you guys.
You don't worry about it?
No, bigger things to worry about.
Just giving you a hard time, Ron.
No,
I'm good what calls it be though.
I do get a lot, but I try to fuse it out so and don't waste our time.
Yes.
Some of it's just they want to talk to somebody for a little bit. Psychological.
It's chilly.
I wore 2 coats today.
Yeah. I did, guys, but it's gonna warm up.
No, I think winter is about to show up.
Yeah.
Yeah, just do, if you could, it'd be great if we do that, but at night and then it warms up in the day. It'd be just perfect.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you could ask for that, that'd be great. That'd be great. And a nice drizzle too, if you don't mind, not like a hard, a little bit more, just, not like a half inch an hour,
Oh,
but 2 inches.
Max.
Well, no, every time.
Well, you're just a little bit picky.
That would be great water deflection rate. That would soak in the ground.
Each
Perfect.
time, yeah. I'll mention that.
Thanks.
I think God's got his own plan.
I've been asking.
Yeah.
Doesn't hurt to ask, you know?
Yeah, great. Would you give up on cherry Pepsi? Do they make a diet cherry Pepsi?
Yeah.
I didn't look.
I usually drink that.
Do
Diet
you?
Pepsi is my vice. I drink way too much of it. I really do. I probably drink 4 or 5 pops a day. I feel like,
Oh, gosh.
my wife sent me a TikTok of talking about Trump drinking Diet Coke. And I think she was trying to make fun of me there, is what she was doing there. I'm like, what are you trying to say? Drink pop or what?
They asked Kennedy the other day, something about who in the administration is the worst eater. And he said, President Trump, hands down. He's terrible.
Yeah,
Not a good example.
no.
He needs to drink whole milk.
I know. I get the milk from Hildebrand Farms. I drive out to their farm
You drink milk.
and I get it. And every
Does it
time
last longer than what I buy? I love Hildebrand milk. It's
I got three kids, and my 2 boys love it too. And we probably go through a gallon every couple days.
Oh.
That's good.
yeah.
my kids drink it way better.
Yeah.
Other stuff will go bad. Yeah,
I
other
have to
stuff
tell
will
my
go bad.
oldest, you're not drinking this to quench your thirst, son. This is milk. I said, you ever heard the term the land of milk and honey? It's supposed to be like a 1 glass a day kind of operation. Down in this stuff. You go, oh, I love it. I'm like, I know you do, but it's $4 a gallon. I said, the water,
Worse than
we
gasoline.
already paid for it. You can just drink that.
Yeah, and I didn't realize it made any difference, but I think it does.
Yeah, that's good.
They get all sorts of stuff out
Drink
there
more
on the
life.
farm.
Yeah, yeah,
I do the whole, Hildebrand,
yeah.
the glass one.
Mhm.
I used to. I quit, I'll be honest.
Well. it's
With 3,
Yeah.
broke. When I was single, I did.
Mhm.
The chocolate milk too. You gotta get the
Oh,
chocolate
no.
milk one too. Woo.
I don't want to get started on that.
Oh, it's
You get the one with the root beer in it
And they
too?
got root
yeah,
beer,
that was
strawberry.
good.
You would think it tastes good, but you know it does.
It does?
It really does. It tastes like root beer float almost.
Oh,
Like really close.
yeah.
Not quite,
You
but
can buy the strawberry.
I haven't done that root beer one, no.
No, I haven't.
strawberry.
You-
I'm afraid I don't like it.
Yeah.
No, it's,
Yeah.
I was working with a nutritionist out of Manhattan and kept complaining about when you're out working stuff, you get awful thirsty and I'm tired of drinking water because it don't look like it's doing anything for you. And then you drink all these drinks that they have and then you don't feel good. And she says, you go drink milk and stop that stuff. And I said, I'm thirsty. She says, drink milk. And you know, that is a darn truth. You wouldn't think milk could quench your thirst. It
Oh, it
does.
quenches.
It really does. And it's good for you. So, yeah,
What's your 8?
yeah.
You want 5 glasses.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And milk's very good for us.
My wife kind of did that though. We gave them a lot of milk. Make sure they drink
Yeah,
whole milk even after we got them off the bottle.
sure. Oh, yeah.
Good for development. Lynn had mentioned maybe reaching out to the Historical Society as well.
Oh, we can get a hold of Austin.
Yeah. Should say Marla.
I was gonna say,
Mentioned it.
Barbara mentioned it.
Okay.
They kind of get left out, maybe.
But what a perfect group for that, because I mean, you're not only thinking of the day, but the history.
Mm-hmm.
Makes sense. Could be an opportunity.
Maybe he's
And
got.
then you
some
have
stuff
people all
from
over the county.
Lawrence- He's got some stuff from Lawrence Walk at the inaugural
You want,
ball. I said, maybe he's got some stuff for Lawrence Walk at the inaugural ball.
There you go.
Wouldn't that be fun?
There might be pictures somewhere. I don't know.
do we have the, muted?
No, we are not, because all 3 are in here.
The Eisenhower parade in 50,
57. 52, okay. Mhm.
The floats, the
Mhm.
bands, you ever seen the videos of that?
I haven't seen the videos. I've seen some of the pictures.
Oh my gosh,
Mhm.
it was amazing what Abilene did.
Mhm.
And then the ballroom at the Sunflower Hotel. And they had dances there before, because in the 40s,
That's
early 50s, and that's what my folks were. And so I love that music, because I think I must have listened to it on radio.
Mhm.
It'd be fun to do that.
You know, I don't remember quite the connection. If it was Reed Hoffman and his brother or one of them,
Mhm.
but they, when Eisenhower was going to give a speech, they had ordered, I think, hot dogs and anyway, it's going to be a moneymaker. And it rained. And so everybody showed up at the park and they stayed in their cars and listened to the radio. They had all this food left over.
Oh, for heaven's sakes.
Oh,
You know, the Violas were involved with them too, with the Eisenhower thing. Ralph Viola would have been a great history.
Resource, yeah.
Did they turn a lot of that over to Jeff Coat, I wonder?
Oh,
Possibly.
good question.
You know, that'd be the other thing.
I can talk to Hank.
You know, I was thinking when they did the Eisenhower thing, that there may be some other things back in the history that Historical Society would have. That they made large pictures and banners
Mhm. Mhm.
for people to kind of promote that era.
Mhm.
It's almost something they could do at the fair too, you know? A booth at the fair, like a whole exhibit
You could.
about America's history
Or
and,
hanging all the way around Stroh Hall.
yeah, you know what I mean?
Something like
Make it
that.
like a
Yeah.
interactive journey for the kids almost.
Start with the Historical Society and old stuff.
Yeah. We're gonna get a lot of, I think you get that group together, you're gonna get a lot of good ideas out of it.
Right, right. I think so.
I don't know why anybody wouldn't want to do this.
Well, I think
Well,
there could be several events, but as
Money,
long as
maybe.
it all culminates to
Right.
one or two anchor type events.
I think, yeah, I love the idea. And then not only that, but gets the community involved. If they're excited about the community, like we're doing stuff, we're doing, you know,
Mhm.
we're gonna do stuff.
Right. Right. And showcase our county.
And we're gonna dress up regularly.
Because you're from Solomon Gorilla.
So it's gorilla.
No, they're a technology group, security type stuff. They were,
I invested in a company that extracts rare earth metals.
oh,
I think is going to be getting a contract somewhere soon.
Huh.
At least that's my hope.
well, if you had silver or gold or bought it 6 months ago or a year ago. it's just-
Where I'm going at is to Venezuela. I don't know if anybody knows this, but Venezuela has one of the largest oil reserves on the ground and one of the largest rare earth metal deposits in their mountains. And in fact, I think is it silver? Well, I think it's one of the largest silver ore mine.
They also have a large gold.
Yeah, gold I'm told too. I don't think I shouldn't say I don't think. I know people realize it, but that's pretty big factor, which he's been pretty upfront about that. I gotta give him that. At least he's not giving us some. We're bringing free. No, we're going out there to get their material.
Greenland
And we're
too.
gonna rebuild their country. Too.
Right, right. You're right. Greenland as well.
Minerals that we could
If you
use.
go look at that deal, there is claim there. If you go read the agreement, there really is. I mean, he's not being bullish on it. There was an agreement.
Back when?
Like when was,
51 is what Marla's saying.
Wow.
there's a legitimate claim for America to,
Hmm.
isn't there only like 50,000 or it's not a whole lot of people live there though. Can't be 50,000, it's only 150,000.
Mhm.
I don't know why we're having this conversation, but we are. It is 57,000.
Wow.
Roughly the population of Salina or Manhattan.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
How large is it?
Or, ground.
Let's look.
Compared to Kansas or something?
Doesn't actually tell me.
Need to get a globe here or something.
836 square miles.
We're
836,000, sorry.
836. I was gonna say, we're 842, so okay.
It's 842
Yeah, square mile, yeah.
as a county.
As a county, yeah.
Half the population of Greenland. Probably went down the section, I guess.
Learn something new every day.
Yep.
Erasers.
So the only thing we're taking off the agenda is that
Letter of support.
letter of support. Well,
So I will reach out to him and ask him if it's possible for him to attend virtually.
I think at the minimum, if you want us to proclaim something,
Yep.
you need to present it.
Right.
It's not our proclamation, it's what you want us to proclaim.
I mean, or I could,
let's figure out what proclamations we're gonna do, and maybe if we get this group of the 250, do they want to bring everything in? I mean, maybe there's more of a connection to Eisenhower, but
mhm.
I mean, if there's something to connect us to it, but we just don't want to go down every rabbit trail.
Not a bad idea. But I'm with both of you guys. At some point, we can't just accept every, where do we draw
We
the
had
line?
that, we had that happen at the city a couple of times where it was someone wanting a proclamation or endorsement, and it was an obvious political type statement. And so it's like, do we want to get into that fray of being identified with it? And not that it was all bad, but it wasn't.
Right.
But it's so easy to be unanimous on, you might say. And I think we had one where either one or two of the commissioners were not going to vote in favor, so it looked like it could be a split vote if we read it and was like, okay, we draw more attention to the situation than what we even want to get into. Are you going to go Monday night to the Republican Women's Group thing? They got their first meeting here. I got notice.
I'm not going to be here.
On the 19th.
No, I won't be here next week at all.
So she doesn't need to put it on the
Meeting.
calendar.
Yeah, I'm going to a conference next week.
Okay.
So I won't be here at this meeting as well, gentlemen.
She doesn't need to put that on the calendar then.
Ron, we do a lot of stuff next week.
What?
I think we get ourselves enough trouble.
The Women's Republican Committee.
Oh, but they're
I'll be
gonna
down
send
in-
that?
Yeah.
I'll be down in Florida.
Oh, man.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
too
it's
bad.
rough.
Yeah.
Orlando, such a rough business.
Mhm.
Real rough. No, actually, I'm gonna bring the kids down there, so I'm pretty excited. I've never even
That'll be
been to that.
fun.
Are you gonna go to Disneyland while you're
I'm
down?
as excited as they are, believe it or not. I'm pumped.
Are you flying down there?
Flying down there Saturday.
Have you checked your flight?
No. Why?
I thought they were around all that stuff, but in case you're,
Why are they grounded?
well, I don't know, but I'll go out there and go for you if you want me to. And I'll check.
Sure. I see where you're going there. All right, all right.
Make sure it's all good, you know.
I told you, open your joke book up.
Yeah.
When you're ready. Too.
Trying to help you out, guys. All right.
You about got it, Ron.
Yes, yes.
Not very blessed to be able to do
Yeah, that's very nice. Very good of you. Do that.
Kids will have a good time.
that. I hope so.
Oh,
Like I said, I'm probably more excited. I didn't do any of that as a kid. Is Jerry gonna want to talk about the bid? The enterprise at all?
No,
Okay.
no, it's
That's
what's,
very, almost exact same
Exactly.
as the,
exactly. The hours are just a little
Solomon
bit.
one.
Yeah.
A bit bigger, I think.
I think they're at 100 hours.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, 100 hours.
Deal KHP too, or is it us that
No.
does that? Okay.
We handle the law enforcement side of it. Nothing.
KHP at one point was,
Mhm.
no,
No.
that was a long time ago.
Unless,
On what? It don't matter.
so we've been doing it for 30 plus years, so, yeah, so maybe prior to that, but I,
No, it would have been Dan.
Unless something-
Dan, sorry.
oh,
Steve.
Steve, unless something happened.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, now we're done. Call this meeting to order. If we'd all rise for the flag salute. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. All right, moving down to the approval of, good morning, everyone. Moving down to approval of agenda. Today, we have resolution for invocation during the meeting. We have resolution 011526A, reappoint Kyle Griffiths to the PBZ board for a 3-year term. Resolution 011526B, reappointing Kimmy Phillips and Kyle McCook to the PBC Public Building Commission. We also have a consideration of a contract for the City of Enterprise to provide law enforcement services.
I move to approve the agenda.
As amended, because you're removing the one item.
You're correct, as amended. We did remove the letter of support for the 70th anniversary of Lawrence Welk. I thought we removed that before the agenda was said, so, but that's fine.
So I'll second that.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. That is why we approved the agenda. Consent agenda minutes are provided in January 8th meeting. Payroll $455,913.19. Health insurance of $1,994.14. Special checks for $3,581. Credit card payment of $29,970.18. Added tax of $24. Abated tax of $6,938.64.
I move to approve the consent agenda.
I'll second that. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Commissioner comments and committee reports. I'll go ahead and start this week. We had our, first yearly meeting with the EDC board. I got a lot of good responses, and we hired a new marketing director for that organization as well. I know the board's fired up. I'm fired up. Natalie's fired up. I think we're running again, and we got a lot of good feelings. We're very excited for what this year brings. We talked, I don't know if I should say that, but we will release something to the public, a little change I think everyone will like. I'll let Natalie do that instead of me. So great meeting. Just thought I'd report on that. I think we got that organization back in shape. So Lynn?
Just kind of following up on your comment, Natalie did speak at the Rotary Club. And so I think it's good when some of the information gets out to civic clubs and groups. And so she's willing to kind of do that speaking tour, but also it helps build the enthusiasm and also a chance for feedback on what the potential or what people maybe have questions on. Central Kansas Mental Health, I serve on that board, and in January, by tradition, we do not meet in January. So our next meeting will be in February. And then I'll just mention briefly some of our discussion earlier. It was in regards to the 250th anniversary. And that's something I know the county wants to be involved with, and part of maybe not the lead horse on it, but part of the planning and involved with other groups that are interested in doing something. And so I think if
if people have an interest in that, they need to kind of speak up and kind of get on board. So when something takes place, we can kind of start that process. And I realize there's probably some other groups that have already started that process, but I think it's certainly worthy of a county effort. And so wanted to bring that up.
Thank you, Lynn. Ron?
I'd like to just take a moment to talk a little bit about the highway department. I do appreciate those guys getting out there and making sure we were safe on our roads. I know you've seen we had a little bit of moisture and a little bit of ice here a few days ago, and that made it kind of tough. But I would put a word of caution out. You guys on those motorcycles, slow them down a little bit because that ice can be a little slippery. And it's not so much the operator that I'm concerned, but that the passenger on the back, they get pretty scared when they hit that ice. So slow it down a little bit and give appreciation to our highway workers.
Absolutely. Thank you, Ron. We don't have any petitions or proclamations. We'll move to a period of public comment. If County Administrator General Dockendorf will read the rules, please.
Per the Open Meetings Act, KSA does 75-4317 and 75-4318A, as the elected board, the county commission is not allowed to meet or make any decisions without posting the meeting. They are only allowed to act on items on the agenda which they set. During the regular meeting, the county commission may allow for public comments on items not listed on the approved agenda. It is at the discretion of the county commission if they allow comments on agenda items. If you wish to provide comments, please come forward to the podium and state your name and address. If you are online, raise your hand and we will unmute you. Please state your name and address. Each person may speak for 3 minutes. The allotted time will start after the speaker has given his or her name and address. Public comments shall be addressed to the county commission only and not to the speaker or the audience. Only the county commission will be permitted to ask the speaker questions. The public comment period is not a back and forth discussion with the county commission. You should make your views and input known to them, but it is not a time to ask them questions. You should not expect them to respond to your comments. Comments may express support or agreement with the previous speakers, but in the interest of time, please do not repeat the same information. You may state something to the effect of your name and address and you agree with the previous speaker. It is important to maintain a respectful, non-threatening atmosphere for anyone who would like to speak. Please do not engage in such actions as cheering, booing, clapping, insults, threats, etc.
Well, brief moment for any comments. Marla? Good morning.
Marla Wright, 1372 Keith Road, Abilene. Yesterday I heard Janelle on KABI, and she shared that the planning and zoning meeting was going to be held tonight at 7 o'clock, and that Tim Hamilton's been, the administrator's been doing research for energy policies and regulations. And I just wanted to remind the public that this is an open meeting and we can all come and listen and be aware of what's going on. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you, Marla. It is open. No further public comments. We'll go ahead and move down to reports from county officers. We'll start with County Administrator Janelle Dockendorf.
Commissioners, as Marla mentioned, we do have the Planning and Zoning Board meeting tonight, and it is open. The appraiser's office continues to hear payments under protest, and they've had, I think she said 22 scheduled thus far, so they're working through those. Our dispatch administrator is working through a compliance audit with the KBI, which is something that happens once in a while. Public Works Department is blading roads, so appreciate the comments, Ron, and I will definitely pass those on to Martin and his staff. EMS is providing or will be providing CPR training to dispatch. So as part of their call taking, they have a set of protocols that they have to follow, but having EMS there to show them exactly what's going on is beneficial to them. Human Resources, you heard from Marcia this morning. She's setting up a new hire in the jail and have a few more that she'll be working with. County inventory is progressing. That's an annual statute that we have to follow, and we'll be presenting you county inventory here shortly. Well, I think shortly, right, Marcus? So just as a note, right now we are using GoToWebinar for the county commission meetings. We are in the process of moving to a new platform. It's not a new platform. It's new for us for Zoom. So we'll be putting out some information about that. Should make it easier to participate in the meetings or listen in on the meetings. So we'll get information out on our website and we'll talk about it in the commission meetings. And a reminder, county offices will be closed on January 19th in observation of Martin Luther King Jr. Day, but essential services will still be provided. So do you have any questions for me?
Commissioner? I do not. Thank you.
I do not have a report from Aaron.
Okay. It's his second meeting. I think we'll give him a break.
I think so. He's got some tasks that we sent him on different things, so.
Right. All right, notice of communication from county clerk. Do we have any?
I don't have any.
None from Jennifer Gaten. Thank you. Going down to introduction and consideration resolutions. Resolution 011526. We spoke about this in the study session. Is a resolution for invocation at the county. I think we briefly talked about this. This is pretty straightforward. The way I intend this to go down is the chair would call upon a religious leader, minister, priest, of that caliber to offer a invocation or a prayer, a blessing of this meeting and the members in it, just giving us the guidance from above. And that's really just an indicative thing I felt that reflects our society. Not only that, Congress does this, State House and State Senate do this, many other counties do this. It's pretty standard, I guess, almost, and I feel like it belongs here. So without further ado, I'd open up for discussion. You guys.
I'm good with it.
Okay. Do I hear a motion?
I'll make a motion for the resolution.
Second that motion. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Motion carries. With that being said, I will work with the Ministerial Alliance to come up with a game plan on how this goes, but this is something I want to invite to any, like I said, religious leader, non-denominational. This is an opportunity for you to come in and bless this meeting. Give us some divine guidance. Okay. Resolution 011526A to reappoint Kyle Griffiths to the PBZ board for a 3-year term. I don't see any issues with this, but I'll open it up for discussion. Do I hear a motion to approve it?
I'll make a motion to approve Kyle Griffith for the PBZ board.
Second?
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. She looks like Kyle Griffiths no.
I'll let him know tonight.
Thank you. Resolution 011526B, reappointing Kimmy Phillips and Kyle McCook to the PBC Public Building Commission. Once again, pretty standard operation. I believe they already sit on the commission, correct? Yeah. Do I hear a motion to approve resolution 011526B?
So moved.
I'll second it.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
And commissioners will be planning a meeting with the PBC board here coming up soon. I've got a question to Aaron on a matter of holding an annual meeting on that. We utilized it when we did the courthouse renovation and the jail bill. I don't know if it's necessary for us to hold an annual meeting, so I'm asking him to just look into that and look at the bylaws.
I think the health department, when they had that, so
Right.
it's in place, but it's not necessarily something that comes up every year.
Exactly.
Essentially, when we're building, we need to have.
Yes. Yes.
Last order of business today would be to consider contract with City of Enterprise to provide law enforcement services. In the contract, as stated, the amount for 2026 would be $71,562.26. I believe that accounts for 100 hours of service a month, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, per month, so 1,200 man hours per year. This is similar to the one in Solomon. I'm going to open it up for discussion.
And I think important consideration as we've worked with those cities on this, and there's kind of been a back and forth on the discussion, but also even though they try to schedule hours that they monitor or they have a presence, basically law enforcement or any other situation, they're 24/7. So if there isn't an emergency or something comes up, I mean, it's not, they aren't calculating hours.
That's a good point.
They're there when needed, but also it kind of slows people down a little bit and keeps them mindful that when you see the vehicle there, that that they're rolling through town. And so it's a good protection, good public service.
I know Jerry talked to me once about presence as a force multiplier. So just, like you said, being present, I don't know this for sure, but I know it probably stops a lot of crime.
It helps.
Yeah.
Probably helps during school hours.
I would imagine, so. With that being said, is there any more discussion, Ron?
I'm good.
I'd make a motion, we enter this contract with the city of Enterprise to provide law enforcement services.
I'll second it.
All those in favor, excuse me, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you. Do we have anything else to discuss for today? Otherwise, I will, motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Seconded. We are adjourned. Thank you, guys. Quick meeting. Thank you, guys.
Yeah.
When does this go into effect? We're gonna